All right, this is Boxing with the Truth, and I am the Truth. It's August 9th, 2015, and today we have the pleasure of having with us former IBF super lightweight world champion Charles the Natural Murray. How you doing today, Charles?
I'm doing great.
Well, I appreciate you taking time out to do the interview with us.
Yes, sir. It's my pleasure.
Like I did mention, you were super lightweight, then you moved up, I believe, to welterweight, right?
Yeah, but very much well, but I really wasn't successful in all things.
And
I tried it.
And then your pro record ended at 44 wins, 26 knockouts, and 9 losses, right?
Yes.
Okay, but I got a quick question because nobody can seem to answer this, so I'm assuming you're going to be the one to be able to answer it. Nobody seems to have your amateur record correct. So what exactly was it?
It's about 78 and 8.
70 and 8?
78 wins, 8 losses.
Okay. Well, I'm glad we got that cleared up because I've seen so many different numbers I wasn't even sure.
78 and 8.
Okay, and then speaking of your amateur, you won the 1987 U.S. Amateur Lightweight Champion, right? The championship, and you were actually you were in the 1988 Olympic trials.
Yes, I won each Olympic trials with the most outstanding fighter of the tournament, and I fought twice. The box off, I lost what I won, but I lost the Bell Finger, who had turned for top forces for the finals. He got kicked out because of drug use. And they put me back in for the most with the opponent. I thought I'd be tired too, but
okay.
That happened.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I thought I'd be tired for the box offs.
Yeah, I kind of heard there was a lot of controversy with that. So you believe you did win that though, right?
Yeah, I thought it went easy.
So I want to talk.
Particularly by the Olympic trial boxing scorecard, it should have won easy. It's nothing but simple pure boxing.
So tell me about what the triple threat is. That's Cole, Ray Mercer, and you, right?
Yes.
So do you guys got a pretty good relationship still?
Yes, I talk to him frequently. We talk a lot still.
Okay. So now I did mention that you held a world title, but you also had the NABF super lightweight belt and the USBA super lightweight belt, right?
Yes. I won for really great for NABF and Micky won for the USBA.
Yeah, and I was gonna bring that up. You actually beat one of my all-time favorite fighters of all time, and I didn't really like you very much when you first did it, but I liked you after that. But Micky Ward, when you beat Micky Ward for the USBA super lightweight title, I wasn't very happy about it. But so tell me about that. How was it fighting Micky for your first title?
I thought I was gonna win. I thought that he could fight pretty good, but I don't think he could beat me in boxing. I thought I fought pretty good. I didn't even get hit very much. I think he punched me to the body hard as I hit. He punched real good to the body.
Did he ever hurt you to the body with that famous body punch he has?
Yeah, he hurt me, but he didn't know it. He could shot though, but he didn't know.
So, I mean, if anybody looks at your record, they know that, you fought tough opponents. Almost everybody on your record has a winning record. So, I'm not sure why, some critics, they criticize either your style or the way you fought. And some people say it's kind of like how they criticize Floyd Mayweather because he was a boxer. You were a boxer. So, and a lot of people like brawlers. So maybe that's why they criticized, but... and then I've heard other comments where they called you a journeyman. How can you call a guy that's won, 2 smaller titles and a world title and fought, guys that have winning records and beat top name guys. How do you call that guy a journeyman?
Well, I never actually heard it before because that's now. Well, people have their own opinions, so I can't necessarily argue with them. It don't matter to me. I know what I can do. If I never boxed before in their life either.
Oh no, I agree with you.
Even journeymen are really, really tough guys. Boxing is a hard sport.
But I can't agree. I can't agree with that statement. How can you be a journeyman and you have world titles and you fought big name fighters?
Well, I don't worry about it. I never heard it before, but I never heard it. I just never heard it, so I don't know how to really respond to it. Other than know I like to fight, that's it.
Okay, I want to bring up the. Oh, go ahead.
You go ahead, but no, boxing is a tough sport.
I wanted to bring up the Reggie Green fight, and I wanted to know your honest opinion on that. I mean, because you were basically bouncing him from one rope to the next, and he basically wasn't protecting himself. Do you think that fight should have been stopped earlier?
I thought about did a pretty good job with the stoppage. I thought he did right on time, actually. I was looking to get him out of, he was talking a lot of junk, so I wanted to get him out of anyways. He was just too small for him.
Yeah, because I mean, I've seen it, and it just doesn't look like he's defending himself for the last 30 seconds. I mean, well, I guess he does have his hands up, but they're not doing much blocking.
Well, it's good picking the shot. Pick the shot pretty good. But everybody was pretty good too. But I thought he was a good fighter. I thought he could beat me.
So let me ask you something. When you won your first, when you won the world title, what goes through a boxer's head when they finally reach that dream and they've accomplished everything that they've been working for?
I thought to myself that I did it. I knew what it took to get there. It was hard, but it was justifiable with the win. So I enjoyed the win, and I never calling myself a former world champion. And I said, no, I did it. Like I said, so I did it.
Okay, I want to go back to '99. Curlie Sanders, when he was shot in '99, and I know he helped out with your training. How did that affect you at all? Did that affect your career at all?
With him being killed?
Yeah.
I thought it affected me overall, period. My life experiences, he was always there. He was a great motivator. He was my friend, and I felt the answers every day. I still feel it. So, everything has to do with my career. It's tough to say, but everything had to do with my wins. A lot to do with my wins.
Okay. Now, I know that you're actually a boxing trainer now, right? You train amateur and pro?
Yes.
Okay, so I know you've had a lot of experiences in your career. You had a lot of good experiences. You had some bad experiences outside the ring. Different loss situations that not all of them were really your fault. And so I know as a trainer, what type of things do you instill in the kids and even in the pros to tell them not just about boxing in general, about how to deal with themselves outside the ring?
So I think they ought to behave as professionals. I'm talking to a professional. And you always have to behave as a professional in and outside the ring. And I talk about really keeping your mind focused on what you want to do. And your accomplishments. I say I'm about accomplishments and being goal-oriented. The thing is being goal-oriented and letting those things that don't concern your career bother you. You got to change people, places, and things. You just have to. You got to go on. You just got to do whatever you got to do to reach it. And that's it.
So now, talking about accomplishments, like we went over your titles and some of your fights, but you've also been put in the New Jersey Hall of Fame in 2007. You were put in the Rochester Hall of Fame in 2014, and now was it just recently, just last week, right? You were put in the Bare Knuckle Boxing Hall of Fame.
Yes.
So, I mean, how does that feel to be put in 3 different Hall of Fames already? And I'm sure the International Hall of Fame is going to be the next one.
Well, I think the accomplishment is great. It's always like to be recognized for the accomplishments. The feeling is great, but I don't want to be in the international one where everybody goes. So I think we probably enter the same time. Me, Cole and Mercer probably go at the same time. It would be a great event. So, I mean, I won't wait. I'm just waiting for the call.
So now you actually, like I said, you have your own gym, right? What's the name of it?
Yes, it's Champions Workout the natural way.
Okay, and do you are you training right now any prospects in the pros or any big names that are coming up?
I'm currently working with Brandon Williams, who's 9-0 right now. He's doing pretty good, and he's a great fighter. You have to see him work. So he's really my main focus right now. And I got some guys that's coming up behind him, but he's really the main focus right now.
So when you were fighting, did you have any like superstitions or rituals that you had to do before a fight?
I called my grandmother and my coach, my amateur coach in there. These are the 2 rituals I really had. Call my grandmother and call Coach Johnson. That was it.
Okay, so tell me something that your boxing fans wouldn't know about you.
What they wouldn't know?
Yeah, that they wouldn't know.
I don't know what type. What's the topic?
No, just anything. Just that the average fan wouldn't know about Charles Murray.
Well, if people know people that know that I have every feeling in the world that they have. They were saying at different times, but it's tough to say. Describe myself as, man, I like to write poetry.
You like to write poetry?
Yeah, I like to write poetry.
Okay. So give me, I know you had a lot of different memories in boxing, but give me one great memory that stands out to you in your career besides winning the world title.
My first fight in Rochester against Robert Guy. That was my first fight here as a professional, and the first thing I really remember. I loved it. I went to perform for the hometown, did a good job. We were a tough competitor, and I won. So, it was one of my great memories.
So now, do you watch a lot of boxing?
Not really.
No?
No.
I was gonna ask you if you thought there was anybody out there right now in the welterweight division or the super lightweight division that resembles you, that you see kind of yourself in a little bit, your style.
Brandon Williams, not Brandon, but Brandon Williams. The one I teach. My style is nice. It's real nice. Once you see him, it's really improved natural. His name is eyes wide, but he got a real natural style. If there's anything to think about him, he boxes really well.
Okay, was there anybody when you were coming up in your career that inspired you in your life, inside and outside the ring?
Inside and outside the ring, not really. I think the triple threat members, Cole and Ray Mercer, they helped me a lot in the gyms. And my friend Curlie, some guys really helped me a lot about boxing. Yeah, I mean, they inspire me more than anybody. I see them every day. We talk every day. We compete every day. So, those were the ones I looked up to.
Okay, so when you look back overall at your career, good and bad, how has boxing affected your life?
It's a major part of it. It still is a major part. I don't think I can be anything without boxing. Boxing is a great sport. It helps you throughout life. Things that you learn through boxing and in life. So, boxing is my life. It really is anyone's life. It really is not to fight, but it's a thing to just fight pretty in any shape, form, or fashion. Fight is part of life.
So if you didn't end up becoming a professional boxer, what do you think you would have did with your life?
Well, I played basketball pretty good, but I think I'd probably be a teacher.
Okay.
I like teaching. So I'd be a lot of kids follow you. So, maybe this is my calling. Teach. Yeah, being a teacher is one of the teachers the art of boxing, the art of life. Boxing is life.
So what do you enjoy doing when you're not in the gym training and around the sport of boxing? Is there any activity outside the sport that you love doing?
Watching my kids grow. Make me smile every day. Something new every day. Kids is something else. It's particularly nothing like watching your kid grow and learn.
Okay, well, with that, Charles, I appreciate your time, and thank you for taking time to do the interview. And I want you to give a shout out, if you want, to your fans or your supporters before we end the interview.
Thank you for loving me to death. I love y'all right back, and you'll see more of me through other people's skills. I promise.
All right, and with that, the truth has spoken.